My name is Josh Berry. I'm a comedian, impressionist and writer, and I'm based all over the place, wherever the comedy is, but mostly in London. I started doing impressions when I was very, very young. I've done impressions as long as I can remember. I remember doing a video when I was about 16 years old of impressions of tennis players, and kind of added to the repertoire that I had over the years, and my profile's just kind of gradually grown after doing a clip with Andy Murray. And yeah, now I do lots of stand-up with it, and it's very fun. What I do now is divided, I'd say, between the work I do on the radio. I do a lot on Radio 4. I write a satirical impression show on Union Jack Radio called Josh Berry's Fake News, which is super fun to do. And then the rest is stand-up. I do a lot of stand-up gigs around the UK. I'm preparing at the moment for the Edinburgh Fringe, for my show Josh Berry, Who Does He Think He Is? So yeah, it's very fun. It's nice to have the variety in the work I do. When I first started doing stand-up comedy, I would kind of search for the gigs myself, but after the Edinburgh Fringe, I was very lucky to have an agent come and ask me if I wanted to be represented by him, so now I have someone to book me the gigs. I still book a few for myself, just to kind of practice new bits and pieces, but yeah, I'm very fortunate to have someone in my corner. Comedy at the moment is interesting because the world is such a bleak and depressing place. Politics is all over the place. So often you end up getting a lot of kind of more silly, absurd comedy that's very popular at the moment. And also because a lot of comedy used to be cutting through social norms and saying incisive things, but there are much more erudite political commentators who can do that online now, much more succinctly and much more intelligently than a lot of comedians, I think. It's difficult though, because comedy is often a response to what happens in society, I think. So it's hard for me to say what the future of comedy is when I don't know exactly what's going to happen, especially with Brexit and all that kind of stuff. It's difficult to have specific goals in this career, I think, because there aren't like definitive things that necessarily come your way, but there are some things that are happening. I'm finishing off the end of my series, Josh Berry's Fake News, which is very exciting. I'm hoping to carry on working with Union Jack Radio, and over the next 3, 4, 5 months, I'll be working on my Edinburgh show, Josh Berry, Who Does He Think He Is?, which is coming to Edinburgh from the 31st to the 26th of August, so I'm very excited.